day. Before we will be going to start our topic or speech, let me introduce first my group mates. The first speaker is Miss Charmin Angot, followed by Mr. Darwin Amomonpon, Miss Richelyn Bation, and last Mr. Randy Villarus. The topic that we're going to tackle is all about the Bill of Rights. So the first speaker will be going to tackle section 1 to 5.
We as a Filipinos wondered what's gotten in the past decades to commit the democracy are now discussing about the Bill of Rights in the Philippines. This would become a remarkable, or should I say, our footprints in the country. This would be the guidelines and rules to commit the peace and order in the country. This is very bumptious accordance for the living of the Filipinos, and now I'm going to start for the section 1. No person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor shall any person be denied the equal protection of the laws. Section 2. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures of whatever nature and for any purpose shall be inviolable, and no search warrant or warrant of arrest shall issue except upon probable cause to be determined personally by the judge after examination under oath of affirmation of the complainant and the witnesses he may produce, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. Section 3, number 1. The privacy of communication and correspondence shall be inviolable except upon lawful order of the court, or when public safety or order requires otherwise as prescribed by law. Section 3, number 2. Any evidence obtained in violation of this or the preceding section shall be inadmissible for any purpose in any proceeding. Section number 4. No law shall be passed abridging the freedom of speech, of expression, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble the petition the government for redress of grievances. Section 5. No law shall be made respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, the free exercise and enjoyment of religious profession and worship without discrimination or preference shall forever be allowed, nor religious test shall be required for the exercise of civil or political rights.
Section number 6. The liberty of the abode of the changing, the same within the limits prescribed by law shall not be impaired except upon lawful order of the court. Neither shall the right to travel be impaired except in the interest of national security, public safety, or public health as may be provided by law. Section number 7. The right of the people to information of matters of public concern shall be recognized, access to official records and to documents and papers pertaining of the official acts, transactions, or decisions, as well as to government research data used as basis for policy development shall be afforded by the citizen subject to such limitation as may be provided by law. So, Section 8. The right of the people, including those employed in the public and private sectors, to form unions, associations, or societies for purpose not contrary to law shall be not abrogated. Section number 9. Private property shall be not taken from public use without just compensation. Section number 10. No law impairing the obligation of contracts shall be passed.
Section 11. Free access to the courts and quasi-judicial bodies and adequate legal assistance shall not be denied to any person by reason of poverty. Section 12. First, Any person under investigation for the commission of an offense shall have the right to be informed of his right to remain silent and to have competent and independent counsel, preferably of his own choice. If the person cannot afford the services of counsel, he must be provided with one. These rights cannot be waived except in writing and in the presence of counsel. Second, no torture, force, violence, threat, intimidation, or any other means which vitiate the free will shall be used against him. Secret detention places, solitary, incommunicado, or other similar forms of detention are prohibited. Third, any confession or admission obtained in violation of this or section 17 hereof shall be inadmissible in evidence against him. Fourth, the law shall provide for penal and civil sanctions for violations of the section as well as compensation to and rehabilitation of victims of torture or similar practices and their families. Section 13. All persons, except those charged with offenses punishable by reclusion perpetua when evidence of guilt is strong, shall before conviction be bailable by sufficient sureties or be released on recognizance as may be provided by law. The right to bail shall not be impaired even when the privilege of the right of habeas corpus is suspended. Excessive bail shall not be required. Section 14. First, no person shall be held to answer for a criminal offense without due process of law. Second, in all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall be presumed innocent until the contrary is proved, and shall enjoy the right to be heard by himself and counsel, to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation against him, to have a speedy, impartial, and public trial, to meet the witnesses face to face, and to have compulsory process to secure the attendance of witnesses and the production of evidence in his behalf. However, after arraignment, trial may proceed notwithstanding the absence of the accused, provided that he has been duly notified and his failure to appear in unjustifiable. Section 15. The privilege of the right of habeas corpus shall not be suspended except in cases of invasion or rebellion when the public safety requires it.
All the persons shall have the right to a speedy disposition of their cases before all judicial, quasi-judicial, or administrative bodies. No person shall be compelled to be a witness against himself. No person should be detained solely by reason of his political beliefs and aspirations. No involuntary servitude in any form shall exist except as a punishment for a crime whereof the parties shall have been duly convicted. Excessive fine shall not be imposed, nor cruel, degrading, or inhuman punishment inflicted. Neither shall that penalty be imposed unless for compelling reason involving heinous crime. The Congress hereafter provide for it. Any that penalty already imposed shall be reduced to reclusion perpetua. The employment of physical, psychological, or degrading punishment against any prisoner or detainee, or to the use of substandard or inadequate penal facilities under subhuman conditions shall be dealt with by law. No person should be imprisoned for debt or non-payment of a poll tax. No person shall be twice put in jeopardy of punishment for the same offense. In an act or punished by a law and an ordinance, conviction or acquittal under either shall constitute a bar to another prosecution for the same act. No ex post facto law or bill of attainder should be enacted.
Yes, man! Rewind in a blackjack silent.